basketball in store for you. We're live at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. The home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Here are the five for the Clippers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Luke Mbah-a-Moute out there with Pierce. And it's Jordan in the center filling out the middle. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. On defense, San Antonio. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it,
Oh,
too.
they do, yes, sir. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Count that one.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief, I think, to get those first points out of the way and actually get that first sweat and that first bit of contact in the game, because it just settles you down a little bit.
Now here's Paul following the miss by Tony Parker. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Pierce. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart.
And both free throws good for Paul Pierce. Look back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark. So many game winners. None more impressive than his jump over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for a good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw this game. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Paul gets it to go in.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Aldridge, this is Delena. 4 on the clock. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
That's good.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Spurs trail by 6. And Mills hits to Diallo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Here's Bracioni, covered by Mills. Diallo with the steal. Now here's Mills. Not a lot of room. Oh, good on the triple. Los Angeles leading by 4. Crawford passes to Green. That 3 off the mark.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Now here's Crawford. He's guarded closely. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Crawford's got his first basket.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
And here's Bills from the arc. Can't get it to go. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, but and we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Green is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. He feeds it to Green. Over in the corner, Paul. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
And Mbah a Moute is checked in for the Clippers. Pierce comes in for Wesley Johnson. San Antonio calls timeout.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And taken away by Paul. Pierce kicks to Mbah a Moute. It's stolen by Green. Pulls up from the corner. Good. As Greggy is talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammon, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. Mark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Jordan with the screen on Aldridge. He came off the screen and finished with authority.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
San Antonio calls timeout. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so it's San Antonio with it. 6-point game. Here's Parker. Out to Duncan. Shoots from the block. And he gets the bucket.
And you know, with Tim Duncan, there are no flaws in his game. He's even become a good free throw shooter now. He's averaged 76% from the line the last 3 seasons after being in the 60s much of his career.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. Dishes it to Mbah a Moute. And it's Paul penetrating. Passes it to Mbah a Moute. Here's Aldrich. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Son LaMarcus Aldridge.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough against Western Conference teams.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Ruggiero checked in. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the 2nd most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
6 to shoot. Aldrich. There's Crawford with the 3. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Green. Leonard with the ball. And Crawford picks him up defensively. Leonard kicks to Duncan. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Aldridge, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Jamal Crawford. Los Angeles making a switch here. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Anderson. From deep 3-point range. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Clippers lead by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Nice game. Great performance by Paul Pierce.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
They just haven't been able to contain Paul Pierce. 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous. And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Mbah a Moute with the steal. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. Spurs trail by 6. Parker, right side. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Just 5 on the clock. And it's blocked. Ball outside. Pierce kicks to Mbah a Moute. It's picked off. And the wide open shot from Green. San Antonio again missing.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track. And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting 5 a lot last year.
Now Leonard following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Inside. 3 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Mbah a Moute. Johnson comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Spurs only used their preferred lineup for less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, you know, the Spurs will go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Spurs making a switch here. Diaz checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Aldridge comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Chris Paul. Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Spurs trailed by 6. Over to the left wing. .46 seconds left in the third. Diaw dishes to Anderson. San Antonio again missing. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Crawford, no luck. And San Antonio shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Diaw with a wide open look. Drops in the tray. Diaw's got 5 now.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
Crawford kicks to Prigioni. Here's Johnson. And the wide open shot from Green. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers ahead, up 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Spurs trail by 3. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Jordan is out there with Green, and it's Pierce in the 3-seat. Now Paul. after LaMarcus Aldridge's three-pointer that didn't go.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. It's deflected. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
And Mbah a Moute is checked in for the Clippers. To the paint. Stolen.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. You had to go for it, didn't you?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete. And I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have. Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they did a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
Back to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Outside Aldridge. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Bullseye. And the Spurs lead by 3.
How nice was that? Aldridge has such great form and extension on that shot.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out. And sometimes the best way to do that is with the timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
Pierce attacking. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle, a lot of contact there. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Spurs?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Pierce hits 2.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
San Antonio calls timeout. San Antonio making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Green kicks to Aldridge, and he converts the layup. Aldridge has got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Kicks to Mbamute. And a great assist by Paul. That one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. The drive by Green. And the shot is good. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Unbelievable basketball. Giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He's going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
Here is Parker. The Clippers getting the bucket. Duncan high post. On the wing, Green. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And Redick kicks to Mbamute. The dish to Jordan. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. It falls!
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Parker kicks to Duncan. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. San Antonio on defense. Redick has it to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Here is Mbamute. It's in!
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far. Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. And they go to the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 7. 15 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this time out here.
Johnson attacking. There's Green. Plenty of space. Missed. So the Clippers with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.